Hi guys! I know
Sorry.
this is a bit unusual from my normal,
Hello.
quite static video, in the house, kind of like studio lighting. Welcome back to my channel. I'm the Goddess Coach, aka the Goddess Mom, Ernie Rosa Crow. Now, today's my first time doing a collaboration video with these two lovely ladies. I met Jade and Helen actually at a party, and Jade is actually a filmmaker, among other things. She's an amazing lady. And she invited us to act in her documentary that she's doing at the moment. So me and Alan were her two stars. Two stars. And yeah, so and during doing this filming, we started talking. And ignore this one. We started talking about us being women, being in the creative industry, our ages, and then it got me thinking. As a life coach, as a therapist. She's very excited. It got me thinking about ageism, especially in the female sphere. Of course, we all know that the world is very much a patriarchal society, and then so how do we survive in this world as a woman and in our different ages? So we have somebody who's about to turn 20.
Yes.
With somebody who's in her 30s, and we have somebody here who's in her 40s, and of course we have here someone who's less than 10. She can't answer any questions. But anyway, so this video today is going to be about perceptions and and ages. Ayla, you have to stay quiet. We're doing a nice video here. Okay, so my questions are going to be geared towards these two ladies, and I'm going to ask them their opinion and their perception of what it means to be in their age group. So I'm going to start with Helen first. Helen, now you are you're a school-going young lady. You're still studying. I know you have to sit down.
I'm just about to start university. I'm just going to go into my first year next month.
Okay, so now tell me, what do you think people think of you as a young lady in your age group? What do you think people think about what you can and cannot do? What are the perceptions you think or what you feel?
So I do freelance work in the fashion industry, and what I come across quite a lot when I tell people my age is that they talk to me differently, they perceive me differently, and what I say.
Yeah.
Because of my age, they think I'm more naive, and obviously I don't have as much experience as people that are older than me, but it puts me down when people don't take what I say seriously purely because of my age. And when I have an opinion on something, I always get the vibe from them that their opinion is, oh, you only have that opinion because you're so young.
Or they don't find your opinion important enough because they think, what do you know? You're so young.
But the funny thing is that when they don't know my age, they treat me as an equal, and they think that my opinion is valid, and they don't judge me because they don't know my age.
Yeah, and what do you think as someone in your early late teens, early 20s? What do you think you would like to tell the adults like me? What do you want to tell us? What do you want us to know about someone in your age group?
Okay, so I of course I know I don't have as much experience as you, and I don't. Of course I know I don't have as much experience as you, and I may not know as much as you, but that doesn't mean that all of my opinions aren't valid, and it gives me a lot more confidence when someone takes me seriously. If I feel like I'm not being taken seriously, then it affects my own self-esteem.
Yes.
And my willingness to want to put myself out there and be criticised by people, because I get worried that people don't take me seriously.
Yes.
So even though I know less, it does help when people treat you with the respect that you deserve as just purely a human being.
It all comes down to respect, isn't it?
Yeah.
It all comes down to RESPCT. Like the song. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Jade. So I hope she's not a distraction. Go away, little thing. I'm a mom, so I can't really avoid having all these little creatures around me at any given point of the day. So Jade, someone who is a woman who is single in her 30s, what do you think again are the preconceived notions people have about you that you feel is wrong?
Yeah, true. Especially, yes, I would say that you're very right, especially in Asia, because
Where she's working a lot
I
from.
split my time between Europe, Western Europe, and Eastern Asia. And in Asia, what happens is they always tell me, why are you still single, and especially why are you not married
Yes.
in your 30s? And when I first arrived to Asia, I bought into this concept. Immediately bought into this concept, and I felt like I was less than the married ladies of my age, and I
Less
felt
worthy.
yes, I felt that. And over the years I have instead developed more self-esteem and a sense of self-worth by myself, being by myself. And it's very interesting because by going to Asia I had to realize how different I actually was brought up by my parents, that I'm not less than anyone if I'm single. And I had to realize, and I had to stay true to myself, and I had to realize that that paradigm needed to be shattered, at least for me. And by being in Asia I realized that that was not me. That
Yes.
was not, at least it was not true for me. I'm not less than anyone that is married. And being a woman entrepreneur in Asia has been rather challenging for me. It's rather challenging because not only I am not married, I'm single, but I'm also a woman entrepreneur. Oh my God! And I'm also an artist and filmmaker.
Yes. In a manly industry.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. And a lot of people, when they see me, when I went to meetings, when I went to business meetings, and they saw me appearing, they thought, where is the boss?
Yes, she must be a very beautiful secretary.
Yes, that's what I thought. I would get stares and glares. This blonde hair, you know.
Yes.
I don't fit the part, you know.
Yes.
And so I had to shatter that paradigm. But when I'm here in Europe, I feel that I can be more of myself because somewhat.
There's less of a patriarchy here.
I mean, there is still
it's being
patriarchy.
challenged,
Yes,
though.
we know there's patriarchy in Europe, but I think that the good thing is that
It's being challenged.
it's
more by
exactly, we just still need to address the hierarchical, the age thing, where
Yeah.
someone who thinks like, I'm 60 years old, I know better than you're only in your 20s, or I'm in my 70s, I've got more wisdom than you. Hey, when it comes to technology, my 70-year-old mom is so much more I'm more wise than her. So you see, when we talk about age, we need to remember that everyone has unique experiences. She may be 19, but she has been to places maybe I've never been, and she has seen parts of the world and maybe met people who she can learn from that I've never even met. And so we cannot discount her age, because she has experiences that I don't, and vice versa. So I think it's going back to what you said.
I can't assume that I can't assume that I know more than you in certain areas.
Yes.
Either.
Yes.
Because of my age, even though I deserve to be respected, just purely because I'm a human being.
Exactly.
I also can't think that I know more than people who are older than me, because they have had more experience.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to dispel myth about our ages, because I don't really tell people my age very much. It's already funny enough for people that I'm a mother of 4. They're like, you have 4 kids, you don't have any TV. That's already one misconception, right? But it's so fun when I go out and I tell people that I go clubbing, that I go to festivals with my husband, and of course the kids come along. And when people find out like I'm in my 40s, they go, but You see, coming from, again, and Jade would understand this, coming from an Asian culture, women in her 40s normally are considered aunties, you know. Aunties, you're like the wise old women. People come to you and expect you to be like, you know, wearing dowdier clothes, you stop wearing makeup, and if you're Muslim, you start wearing the hijab, and you don't go out, you don't go dating with your husband, certainly not the way, you know, my lifestyle, my husband, and you start becoming really boring. But why must I limit myself to that perception? I don't want it, I don't like it, I don't care for that. You know, my mother was the one that kind of like broke the pathway for me, because she did things that she shouldn't have done as a single mom, as an older mom or whatever. And I'm like, if my mom can do it, this is 2016, so I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah, any last words from you girls about ageism? Ageism in your industries, in your life.
Yeah, I would say that age is a mental state.
Exactly. That's it.
There is.
Ching.
I loved what you said in the interview. I listened to the interview that Ernie and Helen had
Earlier today.
And it's going to be in Helen's channel.
Yes.
Check it out.
And I loved what you said about the 70-year-old Shanghai male.
Yeah, we found a video of a 70.
Model.
No, he's in his 80s.
No, the lady.
Oh, the lady. Oh, this was the man. Yes.
And then a lot of my friends and some women that I mentor, they came to me and they were in tears because they said, look, men have it so much easier. There's this Chinese man in his 70s that is walking the catwalk, is strutting down the catwalk, and one of these women was in tears because she thought, look, men can do whatever they want. And then a couple of days later I found this video with 85-year-old Caucasian model. She's beautiful.
Yes.
She's 85, so she's actually 6 years older than her Chinese friend, and she looks amazing.
Yes.
In her 80s, and she's
Walking
still
down the
walking
catwalk.
Yeah.
down the catwalk. So age is just a mental state, and
Don't ever think that you're less worthy just because you're younger than someone or older than someone. Just be yourself and be confident in yourself, and if anyone puts you down or because of your age or thinks less of you because of your age, they're not worth even considering.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you know what, we need to give ourselves the confidence to own what it is that we're trying to own, whether it's your age, your skill, your looks, your competency. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Only you yourself can limit to where you want to go. So with that in mind, I'm going to say this is the end of the interview. I'm going to link up everybody's YouTube channels, and I hope I will get them back into my channel again in the future.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to
For
more
sure.
collaborations. This is so
I love
exciting. I get to natter away like just what I normally do at a coffee shop with all these girls. Anyway, so yeah, so thank you for watching, and see you at the next video. Bye.